I always hate it when pastors come out and believe that they have the absolute truth and they understand these words more than anybody else ever in the history of the world. I'm not going to say that, but I do believe I have a different understanding today of these words than many years ago. And in my understanding, this is the parable. A farmer goes out and sows good seed in the field, and the crop begins to come up, and it is a beautiful, abundant crop. And then in the night, in the evening, when nobody's watching, it says the enemy came in. The enemy came in and sowed seeds of weeds. And before you knew it, there was the good grain and there were the weeds, and they were mixed together, sometimes choking off, literally choking off the good plants. My understanding is this, that when God sowed the seeds of our lives into the world, He sowed good seed, He sowed perfect seed. And when we come up and are born and begin to blossom and brim, everybody can see this miracle and this goodness and this blessing from God. But then we don't know when, but at some point in our life, the enemy comes in. And the enemy is people who we might know and we might trust, and almost all people that we come into contact begin to throw seeds of doubt. God says these wonderful and beautiful things about us, how awesome and amazing we are, how you are loved and you can never be separated from my love. And then somebody comes along and sows the seeds of doubt. Are those words really true? These are the true words about you. That you're not that great. That you have a lot of things to improve in your life. That say, you make me angry. I'm very disappointed in you. And all the shame and the guilt that we accumulate in our younger years, these are the weeds that are in the field. And lots of times the messages that other people give to us are people well-meaning, and they love us and they care about us, but they are weeds who choke off the very message and existence of God in our lives. One of my goals, whether I'm teaching confirmation or doing counseling or preaching to the congregation, my goal is to get people to see themselves the way God sees them. These beautiful and awesome, amazing people that God has created and still believes in, we have to see that person ourselves. So much of my counseling is dealing with people who have more weeds in their life than good seed. They have more negative messages and filled with it. And I say these words, I'm awesome and amazing. Oftentimes they get to the word I or I am, and that's where they stop. And they might break into tears, or they might just cross their arms and they say, I can't say those words. Well, sure you can. You can say the words. I can't say them because I don't believe them. And that is such a sad commentary. Maybe you do know, but I'm shocked as to how many people in our society cannot say those words, I'm awesome and amazing. It's very easy for them to repeat the critical, negative, judgmental words about themselves that they keep kicking around in their head. But to say something positive, or to believe that God has created me this awesome and amazing person, and God still believes in me, and God sees and wants me to see that, that is a very difficult thing for me to accept. And yet it's so important to be able to see ourselves as God sees us. A couple of years ago, I asked the kids in the confirmation class. I did this for several years. I've gotten away from it. But every kid has to stand in front of the mirror and look themselves in the eye and in front of the whole class say, I'm awesome and amazing, and I completely and profoundly love and accept myself. And for some kids, it takes 6 or 7 months to be able to do that. But if they repeat it often enough, even if they don't believe it, you can see the shift that it makes in their life. I'm awesome and amazing, and I completely and profoundly love and accept myself. Try saying it into the mirror. Try feeling the shift that happens when we start to see a glimpse of ourselves the way God sees us. This is the gospel. This is the good news, the powerful news about what God thinks about us. Amen.